I have empathy for Alder's decisions because it has been complicated for Alder.
This is a dire moment in our war, Anacostia. Civilians question my credibility, and the Camarilla are emboldened with every attack.
I think Alder always has her reasons, and I don't know. I'm Team Alder still. So when Alder was reaching the end of her natural life, the government of the United States really wanted to keep her alive and active and winning wars. They made a deal with a confederation of tribes for the magical technology we know as Biddieship, for the magic that allowed Alder to share her age among 7 women. And in return, they were given this incredibly fertile land running across along the Mississippi right down the country. As we remember from last year, Raelle grew up in the Cession, in the Chippewa Cession. Her parents are not indigenous. They rented land from the tribe, and they were long ago sharecroppers, but now they've all been sort of fixers in the army.
I've always imagined that Raelle and I had very similar upbringing. I grew up in a city called Kelowna, and much of the land is compartmentalized into parcels of indigenous reservation land. And I myself, I'm part Métis and I'm part Winnebago. And funny enough, my great-grandma was born in Chippewa.
We were lucky enough to work with an indigenous consultant named Don Jackson on building this kind of session world building in such a way that was accurate to what we wanted to communicate, but also sensitive and handled representation in a responsible way. So she was very, very helpful. We could not have done this without her.
The book of love is long and boring. No one can lift the damn thing. It's full of charts and facts and figures and instructions for dancing.
We knew that Taylor could sing. I think she had done some stuff on social media, and when we heard her voice, we were just like, oh my God.
I was so nervous recording in the studio for this song.
I think she's thinking of Scylla during that song, but that's just me.
Before I ever fell into acting, I personally was pursuing a career in music solely. So it was really interesting to have those two meet. My dad, in real life, you know, he taught me guitar. He was the one who really supported me and pushed me in music. And I wanted to make Eliot proud. I wanted to make Motherland proud. I wanted to make Raelle proud. And I wanted to make my personal dad proud because he taught me everything that I know. Raelle was absolutely destroyed when her mom didn't show up for Salem. The scene was really difficult to shoot. I think Raelle was almost relieved to be telling her dad. She found comfort in sharing that broken piece of herself with someone she trusts and loves. Rothgar is just amazing. He plays Raelle's father, and it's inevitable magic anytime he walks into a room.
So all of you with Abigail's mother
We each contributed the best of us to make Abigail.
at the same time?
I was researching this idea called partible paternity, which is this idea that men can contribute to the birth of a child communally rather than individually. They believe that each of these men gives their best to the mother, and that's why these children are so special.
I didn't understand the scope of Abigail's family.
My friend, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Adil meeting Abigail's fathers, you can see that she's like staring him down at the end of the table and trying to see like what her fathers are saying to him, but I think he's very like calm and content. My fathers are a little scared by that. They're a little threatened.
We get to meet Minerva, the sort of bellwether matriarch, and we will very quickly understand why Petra is the way she is. I think it really humanizes Petra. I think we understand why she's such a hard ass with Abigail now. Petra's just a rich character, and seeing why she is the way she is super fun for us.
Petra and Abigail are at odds, and Minerva steps in and she kind of sides with Abigail a little bit.
That fire in your eye. Follow it to the ends of the earth, Abigail. Don't let us stop you.
Minerva basically tells Abigail, go do you in the biggest way that you can and stop worrying about kind of hitting our bellwether family marks.
These handfasting legacies and traditions just is not even a thought in her mind.
So Abigail and Adil converge on the Bellwether estate with a very specific mission in mind. Adil has this particular Tareem magic that will allow him to locate where Charvel's stolen vocal cords are.
Having Adil by Abigail's side means everything in the world to her. Putting not only Abigail before himself and his traditions, but he's thinking of his family and the family he just lost. They're both seeing each other in this moment and seeing where they were and how they've grown together. She's using everything that's happened to her, all the grief, all the pain, all the sorrow, to be this leader, this kick-ass, badass leader. This just helps her become the greatest bellwether that will ever live. I'm just gonna say that now.
Time to hunt.